All right, hello, welcome to the weather update. It is almost 10 o'clock on June the 2nd, 2021. A lot of clouds around today. Again, this is what it looked like in the evening, around, I would say, 7 o'clock. I did actually wind up going to Port Washington again in the evening. I had to go to the supermarket, so this is I tell you, Port Washington, very nice area, and I'm going to go in there a little or a lot more because they actually have a lot of good supermarkets over there. So I get my groceries, and then the bus will take me back to Mineola, and it's a pretty nice, actually. Some of the pictures I took, some of the lakes as the sun was setting, and of course with the low light, you can take some interesting pictures. So this is along the water here, just a lot of. This is what the sky looked like, though, so, you really couldn't see the sunset because we had an overcast deck, but other than that, pretty nice. Pretty nice right along the water there. Very pretty and really nice to look at. They have a nice park over there, so really nice. And it was cool there, too. The sea breeze had managed to get up there. Nice, strong sea breeze today. Yeah, we're going to talk about that severe weather threat. But first, we got to look at the current conditions around outside. So let's go to underground here. At the current temperatures, we have temperatures generally pretty uniform across the island. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s. And Port Washington, about the same temperature as it is in the middle of the island. 62, 63 being reported in Manor 63 in Carl Place. And maybe like 62 in Wantagh. But other than that, pretty uniform temperatures across the area with pretty strong sea breeze. And very feeble sun today. I mean, the sun came out a few times, so it was a pretty thick deck of clouds. You know, not a nice blue sky, that's for sure. I don't think we saw much blue sky at all today. Temperatures a little cooler out east, upper 50s. So looking at that, and we go into the city where, of course, it's warmer. You got upper 60s in the city, not surprisingly. And Jersey, about the same there, too, as well. 63 in Toms River. So about the same pretty much everywhere with the south to southeast flow and the cloud deck keeping the temperatures fairly uniform. Let's take a look and see what the high temperatures were today across the area. Look at the high temperatures. So high temperatures across the area. Let's get to that. There we go. So temperatures generally fairly uniform again. We did have some mid-70s up there on the North Shore. Let's pull this in a little more. So, yeah, mid-70s on the North, so like 74 in Carl Place. South Shore a little cooler, 69, 70 at Farmingdale, 72 at Islip. So fairly uniform temperatures across the area. A little warmer on the North Shore, but not by much. Even LaGuardia, 75. So not huge variations in temperatures today. We'll be seeing that much more as we head toward the weekend into next week with big variations. 78, a little warmer in Jersey, though, 77 and it looks like Lakehurst 75 in Toms River. So even with that, it's just a teeny bit warmer in Jersey. It's always the hot spot. You know, it's going to be getting a lot hotter. Let's look at the satellite right now. So you can see kind of stuck in these thick clouds here, thick cirrus clouds, and even some multicumulus in there. Looking at the radar, you can see this is the showers and thunderstorms that will be heading our way with the next storm system. Right now, no activity over our area at all whatsoever. So let's see if we can get the latest climate statistics from the Weather Service here. And this is the latest statement regarding the severe weather, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get to the climate statistics, and let's see if they've got finally the monthly weather summary, the full monthly weather summary up for our area. Let's see if they've got it. It would be nice if they actually did have it. So let's go to Islip and get that monthly weather summary. And here we go. Here's the official weather summary for Islip for the month of May. So, average maximum was 69.2. The normal is 68.3. So we're above normal, almost a full degree above normal with the highs. However, the lows were close at average. Average minimum 50.2. Which is actually a little below normal. Normal value is 50.8, so a pretty good diurnal range that we had for a number of days, especially in the earlier part of the month. And that gives us the mean temperature very close to normal. 59.7 was the mean, and the normal is 59.5, so we're only 0.2 degrees above normal. However, last May, was cooler at 57.7. We look at the amount of days at 90. We did have one day at 90 degrees at Islip. Precipitation, as you know, we had a drought, but then at the end of the month, we got a 3-day soaker event. So the average precipitation normal value for May is 3.28 inches. We got 5.12 at Islip, so that is 1.84 above normal. 1.84 inches above normal. So a wetter than normal May. Who would have thought May was going to turn out like that? And you can take a look at the number of days with heavy rain, 3. We had 12 days with light rain. And we had 10 days with fog being reported and 2 with haze. 5 days with rain. So we didn't have a lot of rainy days for the month overall, but we got that rain in a very short amount of time at Islip. We'll go ahead and look at Central Park as well. So Central Park, we had the average maximum for May was 71.7. So you can see how much warmer it was in the city compared to Islip, by the way. The normal value is 71.4, so a little bit above normal, 0.3 degrees above normal. The average minimum, 54, so that is a full degree below normal. Normal is 55. So the mean is 62.9, and the normal mean is 63.2, so it's actually 0.3 degrees below normal at Central Park. No 90 degrees days reported in Central Park, which is unusual to see Islip get a 90-degree day and not Central Park. The precipitation, not as much as Islip, 4.36. The normal is 3.96, so it's 0.40 above normal. So we were still wetter than normal, but not by as much in the park, in the Central Park, for the precipitation and the rainfall. So that gives you your glance there at June. So now let's go and look at the severe weather threat that we have for our area. And generally, we're not even in it on Long Island. It's mainly west of the city. Again, we saw this the last time, and we saw what wound up happening, though, that they held together. So you can see a slight risk in parts of New Jersey, marginal risk in other parts of New Jersey and the city, and we're just in a general thunderstorm threat. So when you go to the Weather Services page, they mention this in their Twitter, and they talk about the threat for tomorrow. So the excessive, these are the slight risk here, and it's more for rainfall than anything else. I think marginal risk for excessive rainfall, and a marginal to slight risk. So this is the map here, and you can see here the city is in the marginal zone, and maybe just a little part of the North Shore. You can see this immediately, eventually, maybe Nassau being included in this. Probably not Suffolk. And then that marginal zone goes through New Jersey, and then northern and western Jersey is in the slight risk. So we're going to go ahead now and look at some of the models and see how they do with the severe weather threat. So let's go and look at that. Now, again, you see the overall pattern. We got this ridge here, the Atlantic Ridge now setting up, and we're going to have a low-pressure system move through the area on your Thursday. That's going to bring the rain chances. Friday, slight rain chances. But as we get into the weekend, we have that ridge strengthening, and things start heating up. And you'll see that there's just going to be slight chances of showers and thunderstorms each day in this heat. But as far as relief comes, we don't know when that's going to happen. Once that ridge sets up, you know it can take a long time for that ridge to go away. So once it's in place, you know it's going to be with us at least a week. Let's take a closer look now, and we'll first start with the HRRR model. And we do have the 0Z HRRR in, so let's take a look at that. So here is the 0Z HRRR, and you can see it breaks out some showers and thunderstorms in the morning, mostly to the south of us. A few could clip Suffolk County, but the severe threat comes later on in the day with this boundary that will be coming into the area. I'll just quote it boundary because it's really not much of a cold front. And you can see that it's trying to develop a line of thunderstorms, but you can see it kind of just falls apart when it gets to Long Island, probably because of the maritime influence. All right, and then as we get into Friday, you can see another complex goes off to the south and the east, and we could have a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms on Friday, and actually a little bit here, and then another bit later on. So we may have we'll have thunderstorm threats both tomorrow and Friday. Actually, Friday looks more impressive for maybe some possible severe weather. Again, we'd have to go to the Storm Prediction Center and see if they've got a day 3 here. I don't know if they've got a day 3 outlook. Let's see if they have a day 3 outlook. I don't even know if they've got one out yet. But this would be for Friday. They don't have a day. They have a day 2, but I don't see a day. Oh, here's a day 3. Day 3, they don't really have much for our area. But hey, you know, it's something that we've got to pay attention to. So let's. We've seen the HRRR, all right. And again, wherever these showers could form, it could be a decent amount of rain here, maybe close to an inch of rain. Wherever these showers and thunderstorms, wherever they hit, it's obviously going to be very scattered. Let's look at the NAM 3 kilometer. Of course, this is the 0Z, which we don't have enough of it in. So I'm going to go to the 18Z, and we're going to go back to the precipitation view here, and we're going to go ahead and look and see how the NAM generates this. And some of these showers of thunderstorms offshore look pretty heavy, and the NAM soaks us in the morning with some really heavy showers and thunderstorms. All right. It really soaks us in the morning with some heavy stuff, and then the severe element comes in later on, where you can see there's a line, but it doesn't. The NAM doesn't seem to want to generate it, but it looks like it actually forms a line offshore, and then we're just kind of in this stream of moisture and instability. And then look at Friday, we could be having severe weather again, mostly in New Jersey, but again, that possibility over Long Island. We saw what happened the other day, last week, with that line that held together for Nassau County, and I was surprised it did, but it did. So the NAM gives us some impressive activity too as well. And of course, if we looked at the NAM precipitation through Friday night, we could see probably the NAM's probably going to give us more rainfall from some of these cells. Yeah, some of them could approach 2 inches depending on where they hit. So it all depends on where they hit and what happens with that. So let's go back to the HRRR now, and we're going to go and look at the temperatures. 0Z HRRR, please. So we'll look at the temperatures as we head into tomorrow, because it's going to be getting a little warmer and more humid. So as for tomorrow, it's not going to be that warm over us. We're going to have that marine flow, but you can see, look at the heating over Jersey. We're going to start seeing that huge difference. While we'll be upper 60s to around 70, you're going to be in the low 80s in New Jersey, and Friday, it's probably going to be even more of a difference, or a similar deal with cooler on the island, and Jersey's just going to be roasting. And it's going to get humid, too, so that's the fuel that's going to help fuel these storms. So let's go ahead and look at the dew points now. So here are the dew points. You can see them coming up. So again, dew points, it's going to start getting humid, mid-60s. But you can see, looking at the wind direction, it's a southerly, mostly south-southwest, so that's off the water, so that means it keeps us cool while Jersey is going to die. And the same deal for Friday. You can see the deal with that. All right, so Jersey is keeping its heat to itself in this setup, fortunately. All right, let me go to the NAM, and we're going to look at the sky cover. All right, obviously, I think we're going to have plenty of clouds around both tomorrow and Friday. So you can see a good deal of clouds, not much sunshine, mostly cloudy skies, and same deal for Friday. I think we'll be seeing plenty of clouds, and maybe as we get to the weekend, we'll have less clouds around. But again, you have a lot of moisture around, and you're in a damp flow, so it's going to keep a lot of clouds around. We can look at the RGEM as well with this. So RGEM, mostly cloudy tomorrow, and I think Friday, maybe you'll see some sunshine late, but I think you won't really start seeing the sun until we get to Saturday, and that's when things are going to really start heating up. All right, so let me go to the GFS now, and we'll, speaking of heating up, let's go ahead and look at that. GFS actually has a good deal of sunshine over us on Saturday, but that means it's also going to be hotter. GFS says mid to upper 80s in Jersey, Long Island, probably low to mid 80s, depending on where you are. And the question is, will there be a sea breeze that day? You'd have to go and look at the dew point chart for that. Southwesterly winds, so a little more of a westerly component. That may mean a little higher temperatures for the middle of the island and the North Shore, while the South Shore gets the best relief, and while you're dying in Jersey. All right. So moving this along, let's move this past Saturday, and you can see Sunday, things are really going to start heating up as we get into Sunday. You can see the 90s over Jersey. Long Island, you can see a little area 90s in the middle of the island and on the North Shore, too, so it could be around 90 there, too. If we look at the wind direction on the dew point chart, southwesterly winds, but there's a westerly component. So with that westerly component, the middle of the island and the North Shore gets more of that air from New Jersey, and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun at all. That's when you're going to want to be on the South Shore, and you don't want to be in New Jersey. That's for sure. The middle of the island and the North Shore is going to feel a little more like New Jersey, so it's going to be pretty hot. People say, oh, you say it like, oh, it's New Jersey. No, it's New Jersey, like that. All right? It's hot there. Look, I'm sorry. It's very hot. Speaking of hot, let's move this along. You'll see temperatures at night aren't going to get very low either. And then we just keep building on the heat. Here's Monday, well into the 90s in Toms River. You see the little bit of 90s there on the North Shore and the middle of the island, too, while the South Shore gets a break. But the sea breeze won't be very strong once you get toward Monday. Tuesday, we're going to have a real heat wave here. Tuesday, 90s. Wednesday, 90s. We start seeing it maybe get a little better by Thursday or Friday. But it's going to have a good heat. We're going to be able to string together, I think, 3 days of 90 or better. Even at Islip, I think we'll be able to string those 3 days together. Maybe even 4 if we throw in Sunday. So a real bona fide heat wave. It will be affecting our area. Here are the dew points. Again, it's going to be humid too. Dew points in the 60s. You see a southwesterly flow, so that's why I think the South Shore gets a sea breeze. But at the middle of the island, maybe you'll feel a little bit of it later on in the afternoon and the evening. But if you want to really get the sea breeze, you're going to have to be on the South Shore. New Jersey, you are not going to get a sea breeze at all. You're going to be just roasting. All right, so let's go to Ventus Sky now, and we're going to look at the Ventus Sky because this gives us a little better resolution of the heat, but also of the thunderstorm threat. So we're going to first start with the Cape. Let's go to tomorrow, Thursday. So this is the morning, all right? The morning complex doesn't really have a lot of Cape, but the Cape builds throughout the day. Look at it build over New Jersey, and this is where you're going to start seeing those thunderstorms develop. I think New Jersey, Toms River, those areas. That's where the heat is. Look at this. By 5 p.m., these are some really impressive Cape numbers for Jersey. Long Island, not so much, but again, anything that forms over Jersey could hold together and hit Long Island. All right? Let's go to 8 o'clock. So you can see the Cape pretty much stays over Jersey, but this is really impressive Cape values. And I think that the best chance of seeing severe weather is going to be in the state of New Jersey tomorrow. Anywhere in the state of New Jersey, especially from central Jersey, from like Edison. So you're dealing with more, anywhere from like Middlesex, Hudson, Essex County. Maybe not Essex County, not Hudson County, but Essex County, Somerset, Middlesex, Monmouth, Ocean County, into Burlington County. You really have a good threat of severe weather tomorrow in Jersey. Excellent threat, I think. Now we're going to go look at the lifted index. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. Here's the lifted index. All right, so the lifted index also starts accelerating over Jersey quite a bit. You can see, wow, that's really impressive for Jersey. Jersey, you really got a good chance of some severe weather tomorrow. I think excellent. Actually, they may want to make that raise that up from a slight to a moderate risk tomorrow, because it's a really good numbers for Jersey for severe weather. All right, we move this to Friday. Friday, Cape value is not as impressive. They're still there though over Jersey. Here's 2 o'clock, so we can still see something get going over there. All right, let's go to the lifted index now. And look at the lifted index for Friday. So really, that's what I mean. Both days, you're going to have a chance for severe. The severe threat, this is really impressive, too. So, again, Jersey really is going to get some but anything, western parts of Long Island, New York City, you're closer to Jersey, they could hold together before they weaken by the time they get here. So that's always a possibility that we could see that. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this for sure for tomorrow. I think it's going to be an interesting day. So now let's go to the temperatures here. And this is going to tell the story right here with the temperatures. So 2 o'clock, Long Island, we're not that hot at all right? But it's warmer over Jersey, mid to upper 70s, maybe close to 80, and that's going to be enough to help get some of these thunderstorms going that little bit. compared to Long Island. But I still think they'll weaken when they get toward Long Island, but depending on how fast they move, it depends on the speed of the movement. If you have a fast-moving storm, it can hold together, but if it's moving slow, it's probably going to weaken. So that's thinking, because this isn't a really good cold front coming through, it may not hold together for Long Island if they're moving slow. So we may be safe from the severe weather. But Jersey, look at that, near 80 in Jersey. Let's move this to Friday now. And you can see the same thing, close to 80 in Jersey here. Long Island, we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s here. So more of a southwesterly component on Friday. So I think it'll be a little warmer. Jersey's going to try to share some of its heat with the North Shore. But then as we get towards Saturday, this is when things are going to start heating up. And here you go. It's going to be 90 in Toms River on Saturday. I think Toms River, you're going to have like 5 90-degree days in a row. And North Shore, you could see the North Shore and the middle of the island sort of hot. South Shore is going to be the place to be. So we really start cranking the heat on Saturday. You can see it here. And see the 80s, probably near 90 in Toms River. There'll be a decent sea breeze on the South Shore, probably the 70s on the South Shore, maybe even upper 60s. While the middle of the island, we're going to be close to 80, and the North Shore will be in the mid-80s for Saturday. We'll move this along to Sunday. And a similar deal for Sunday. You can see there is a sea breeze, so the South Shore should get a sea breeze. You're not getting that in Toms River. You're going to be in the 90s. Monday, move things along here. This is the H. This doesn't look like it's moving at all. I don't know, maybe it is moving. I don't know. Whatever. You can see it's a little warmer here. Monday, we got the 90s or so. And Toms River, you're going to be well into the 90s. So we go Tuesday. This doesn't looks like it's not changing at all. It all looks the same. All right, no, it is changing. There's some subtle changes, but the good news is, in all these, it looks like there is a sea breeze. So there will be a sea breeze that'll keep Long Island from dealing with the worst of the heat. But if you're in Toms River, forget it. You're going to be dying. Thursday, and it takes until Friday to really start breaking the heat. It looks like we have more of an easterly flow that day on Friday, the 11th. But that's a ways out. We got a lot of heat to get through between then and now. So, and of course the thunderstorm threat as well. So that's going to be it for this weather update. It's going to be it's going to suck. We're getting into the brutalness now, and it's only June. We got a long, hot summer ahead. That's going to be it for this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.